Hi friends, Pastor Bill Full here. I'm sitting in the Green Garden at the Jesse Memorial United Methodist Church. This will be posted on Monday, July the 6th, the day after, under normal circumstances, over the course of the last 36 plus years, our ASP volunteers would have returned from a week of work and relationship building down in the South Central Appalachian Mountain region. I began going on ASP in the late 80s, 1987, and I'm surrounded by a number of the t-shirts that I have received after years of attending there. ASP is a wonderful ministry, the Appalachia Service Project. It is a relational ministry where we get to build a sense of connection with the families that we work with and the staff and volunteers from other parts and people from our community as well. This year, however, we weren't able to go. COVID-19 made it impossible for us to be helpful in the way that we are used to and can accommodate. One of my most interesting ASP experiences was one in which a family had a yard, and there was a lot of things that were in the yard that belonged to them. It looked like pieces of metal and cars and all kinds of stuff, and one volunteer group decided that they would be helpful and pick up all of the metal and things that had some sharp edges and that could be potentially dangerous to people who walked around. And so they got a dumpster and they picked it up and cleared the yard so that it looked debris free. And later found out that that was not appreciated by the family. The family, and in fact, had kind of seen that metal as an emergency fund. If ever things got really bad, they could take the metal and take it somewhere and have it sold, and then that would at least help them to carry on. One of the things that's important, I think, in this time and season is for us to acknowledge that we have a desire to be helpful. And sometimes our desire to be helpful outweighs the desire and need that people have to be helped. We decide the parameters, the ways in which we can and will be helpful, and that boundary is pretty much where it is. Sometimes, although safety is a really important part of ASP, sensitivity in a metaphorical sense means that we need to take off our safety glasses and perhaps look a little bit more before we start acting as if we know what everybody needs. One of my favorite ASP t-shirts was made by Lauren Rochelle Kelly. I actually officiated her wedding and went on ASP with her husband's older brothers. And she submitted a t-shirt to the t-shirt contest, and this is it, and it won. And it has a message on the back. The scripture is Matthew 5:13, "You are the salt of the earth," which I find helpful. It has a picture of a dandelion and the seeds going, and it says, "Dandelions show us the power of small actions. Not unlike these feathery seedlings, we can salt the earth, serving others and leaving lasting imprints on hearts known and unknown." I think that is the call of the gospel for us, to try and make a difference. But we need to be wary that we know the best difference that others would receive. Sometimes the most important thing we can do is take the time to listen, as ASP says, to build relationships before we discern how it is that the persons need to be helped. I invite you to be salt of the earth, to be like those dandelion seeds, and trust that the imprint of God's love on and in and through you will make a difference. Let us trust also that God is at work in others around us and that we can learn from and with them. God bless you.